What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pop's Culture. I'm Sun.
And I'm Pops.
Oh, wait. Dang, I
It's
missed
fine.
that.
It's alright. It's alright.
It was so close.
Almost had the perfect entry.
Almost.
Get it next week.
Anyway, I'm Sun. He's Pop.
And I'm Pop. And this is Sun and Pop's Culture.
Yeah. Episode 35.
Episode 35.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So what? The last episode we had a special guest?
Yep.
Wow. This is the first one since then?
It's the first one, yeah.
Wow.
It's been 2 weeks.
Okay. So here back on our irregular, erratic schedule. Just how the fans like it.
It's been bi-weekly.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay.
been, the season's been bi-weekly.
Yes, it has. It seems like it's a longer season now. Yeah, first season ended at 10. Remember, we end at 10.
Yeah. Well, no, but that was second. Now we're on third season.
Oh, that's true.
This
Man,
is third season.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Pig dogs. Don't texting me,
We
baby.
ain't canceled yet.
Hey, not yet. Give it time. Yeah, because here at Sun and Pop's Culture, we bring you our take on music, movies, comics, video games, and just the culture.
Yeah.
You know, a little slice of life.
Culture.
So we're going to start where we've been starting it for the last 3 seasons. Hit me once.
This week's drink.
This week's drink.
I think this week's drink, we're kind of doing our own thing.
Yeah, because I had to say no to what you
Yeah.
chose.
Well,
I think it's the first time I just like, nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. I think, it has been.
Yeah.
Well, what happened, I got off work today and I was like, oh, wait, we don't have a drink this week. I didn't realize till I was setting up. I was like, we didn't pick a drink.
Yeah,
So I was like, what's in the fridge?
Oh,
I
yeah.
looked way in the back.
way
in the
way
of
back.
the fridge.
Yeah.
And this is my drink, a Busch Light.
Yeah, buddy.
Busch Light.
That's your grandma's.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what makes it even better.
Yeah, when she comes
she
to
comes to
visit, she
visit.
brings her a case of Busch Light.
Yeah. I've never had it. I know people that this is like what they
Drink. Yeah, I know
I have
people who
friends
drink
that-
Busch.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
they
that's
drink
their
Busch.
go-to.
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
Not me, but
Not me either. Yeah.
yeah, that's my drink. What's yours?
My drink should have just done this Coca-Cola right here, but your mama picked up some Trulies yesterday.
I noticed.
Margarita style, watermelon, cucumber.
man.
So it was either that or mango chili. Like I just don't want to drink anything that says chili on it. You know.
Yeah, that doesn't
So,
sound like
So
good for a drink.
water, and I don't like watermelon flavors either. So I'm
don't either.
Yeah, I don't like.
I don't either.
Maybe a watermelon
I
Jolly
don't
Rancher. Maybe
I don't like fruit. It's like that type of fruit flavored.
It doesn't taste anything like an actual watermelon at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, like grape candy doesn't taste like grape, but
No,
it still tastes good. You know, but watermelon candy. I mean, I know people who love it, like love watermelon
Mhm.
bubble gum. Love
Yeah,
watermelon.
I don't.
Yeah.
love-
Oh, guess what,
I guess
people?
yeah. I guess we should say it.
Since before we take these drinks, we got a new puppy. Her name is Chica. I call her Cheeks. Apparently it means Chica means little girl or pretty little girl or what did your
It
sister
means
say?
it means I thought
Lovely
it means-
girl or
yeah,
some shit.
something like that.
So I guess it ain't racist. I thought it might be, but I guess it ain't.
No,
So-
I knew it was a
Yeah,
phrase.
but she's a pitty and a lab mix, pit bull lab mix, and she's 6 months old. And I gotta say she's a beautiful girl. She took
She's
to
a
the-
nice dog.
nice dog. Yeah, I mean, her and Big Daddy Kane, they have their moments, but for the most part, you know, I think it's gonna be all good.
Yeah.
So if you hear us sporadically, be like, no, stop, quit it. That's Chica in the background
Yeah.
doing something she's not supposed to be doing. But anyways, like right now, she's going upstairs.
Yeah,
Who knows what she's
I
going to
don't
get
know.
into.
I don't know.
Anyways, people. So this week's drink.
This week's drink.
I want to see you hit this Busch Light.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, your grandma drinks it, you know, like it ain't nothing. When I was in Tennessee building steel buildings, my roommate Daniel would buy a 12-pack every day. A little sip ain't gonna do you right.
Well, the smell hit me before.
Oh, there was a
got
smell.
my-
Is it
yeah.
skunk? I don't know how long,
No, it was.
but I don't know how long it's been in the fridge. So
You want to smell it?
no, I don't. Actually, I probably should just so I know.
I'm not. Wait. Well, am I gonna die?
I'm gonna die. I don't want to go. Let's just start.
I don't want to go.
Wow.
Why does it smell like that?
I don't know. I'm checking the date on this.
That no way that's expired. Come on.
know. All right.
No, come on. Let's be honest.
I mean,
Yeah, wait. Are there not expiration dates on this?
on the bottom.
Oh! I have till June.
Of this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not my favorite,
Not my favorite.
but it's all right. I never had original Bush. I had Bush apple. It was like
What? Yeah.
Brendan and his roommates like that. They liked that, and
Yeah.
it was like a fall thing, like
Brendan.
a fall. And they're like, "Oh, you want this?" And I was like, "Okay." I remember drinking. I was like, "I don't like." That was like the one. I was like, "I don't like this. I don't like this." I couldn't finish it because it was like a weird. It was like beer, but almost fruity flavor, but it wasn't. And I didn't like. I don't like fruit flavor that we just talked about.
So you just weren't feeling it.
No.
Well, here's a Bush Light there for you, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, when I was in Tennessee,
I'm sipping
my
on
roommate,
this.
he bought a 12-pack every day.
Every day. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And we get off work and we be back at our trailer because we live in a trailer. There are like 5 of us in like a 2-bedroom trailer. It's a hot mess. But anyways, he drank a 12-pack from like 3:30 till about 8 o'clock. Then he went to bed every night. Every once in a while, he'd want to go to a strip club or to what he would call a titty bar because there's a difference, which I didn't know, but there is a difference. So I'd take him, and he went to this one. It was the Colonel. I don't remember what it was. It was there's one in like every city. I forget what it's called. But anyways,
Golden
Deja
Corral.
Vu. I think it was because he'd go Deja Vu. That's what he'd say, and I'd be like, okay. But you took your own beer, and he walked in there with his case of 12-pack of Bush, and they put that shit on ice for him. And I remember the stripper came over to talk to us, and she was like, "Who's drinking Bush?" And I was like, "Daniel." And she was like, "You broke?" I was like, "No." I was like, "You got money," but it was just funny. And that's like my only
Yeah.
Bush story. But
What a life.
what a life! What a life!
Just. Yeah, you described it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So
Get a 12-pack.
yeah.
Go to the strip club.
Yeah. I mean, he's the same age as me, bud. That's what was so crazy. I was 25, but he was like a hard 25.
Yeah.
Like I met him, he just got out of rehab. You know what I mean? And I was just like, "What up?" And he was like, "I just got rehab like yesterday." I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
wow.
Yeah. He just come back to work, and he was a boss. He was my foreman.
He was a
Yeah.
boss coming out of rehab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good for him.
You gotta understand something about the trades, bud. Felonies, addictions, it don't really matter with the trades. You clean today? Cool.
You clean.
You clean today?
You
know?
sober now?
Yeah, you can't anybody today. It's like, for real. It's like they're just like, hey, well, hey, you did your time. Come to work, do your job, cool. You know, you ain't high here, you ain't high at work, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. I told you I work in a bubble, man, where like, all the
It
other
is,
all the
yeah.
other rules don't apply. For real, I hear racist, sexist stuff every day. And,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyways, so what'd you think? Not your favorite?
Not my favorite. Yeah. It's all right. I'm not going to say it's terrible. I would drink this over other stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would. Like
Amsterdam?
never. Wait. Like the vodka Amsterdam? I don't drink that straight.
Pff, that stuff is toxic.
It is. I haven't had. You didn't hear. I made a vow. I am not drinking that for a while.
That's like rot gut. It's like it could do damage.
It does. Like January, I remember I was like, I'm done after I finish this bottle.
Yeah.
That was early. I think that was like New Year's. And I haven't had it since.
Good for you.
I haven't had it since.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is bad.
Yeah, because you made me that drink. What was that? She made with the
Oh,
Amsterdam.
it was the with the grape juice.
Yeah.
With the cran
Whew.
grape.
I felt a layer in my throat just like dissolve. I was like, man, I may never be the
If
same.
you need
after
to clean
this.
a wound, you
Yeah,
just
that's what you-
pour some of that.
Serious.
Yeah,
Serious.
I mean, well, prices went up for all liquor, so it's
Yeah.
$14.
Is
a
it
bottle.
really?
It used to be like 12
Yeah.
or something. It would always be on sale though for like 10.
Hey, next time you're at the liquor store, look up the price of Mad Dog 2020 for me.
Oh yeah,
Because it was like $4 when I was in school.
It's still cheap like that.
Yeah.
It's not $4, but
We used to drink Mad
might
Dog
be
like
10.
like we should.
I've never had.
Oh,
never had that.
Mad Dog is like you want to get a headache. It's good, but the next
Yeah,
day you pay.
It's good.
You know, Banana Red, Orange Jubilee. Oh man, Banana Red. I can't even smell that shit. Like I'll get sick. I drank so much of that when I was like 18. Oh gosh.
Yeah. It's
We
crazy.
bought a case of it and took it up to Edinburgh on a road trip. Yeah. Yeah. I see you, Amy Fast. Yeah. Yeah. We went up there, me, Shane, Woody. Woody.
Wood.
Yeah, Woody Wood. Yeah.
Memory lane.
Jimmy, we all went up, we went up there. Visited a bunch of cats we went to school with.
Woody was with you.
Yeah, Wood was with us because Wood was dating Amy. So, and, yeah, we went up there and had a good time acting up. I remember I smoked somebody's whole pack of cigarettes accidentally.
Wow, Dad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For one, that's just
I know.
terrible.
I know.
Both, I mean, health-wise and
they
just
left me unsupervised,
moral.
bud, for too long. Left me unsupervised,
That's
and I was
awful.
just like,
Did you give him money at least?
I gave them something I thought was of equal value.
A slice of pizza.
No, they didn't think it was, but I was like, whatever.
It's awful.
Hey, just saying. I lost my brass knuckles up there too.
The
Anyways,
fact you had why?
well, that's the thing. They weren't even my brass knuckles. I borrowed them off of this dude from Queens that went to Pitt, and I took them up there with me, and then I lost them, and I had to go back and tell the dude. I had to tell the dude that actually the brass knuckles belonged to.
Yeah.
That I lost his brass knuckles.
He's like,
And he
I
was
wish I
like,
had my
yeah,
brass knuckles
yeah,
right now.
yeah, exactly. And he was like an old head. He was like, 23, sophomore in college. Like, like this dude. Like he was a hot mess. Had a fake gold tooth. Yeah, he was a trip. Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, I lost your brass knuckles. He was like, what? I was like, damn it. But anyways, I think Shane took him. To be honest with you, because that's the Shane move. But
Shout out Shane.
yeah, shout out to Shane. Stole my brass knuckles.
You just get like a text,
yeah, he was like
a selfie with him.
Yeah, it was be his
Pose
hand.
him with.
Yeah, I was like, this look real familiar, Shane. Yeah, but anyway, so man, it's been 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. It's great having Matt Sergi on. Shout out to my main man, Matt Sergi. But I'll tell you what. Ever since he was on, I can't stop drinking Guinness. I drink so much Guinness now.
Yeah,
I think it's like my
been
new drink. Like it goes down so smooth, and it has less calories than people think, and it's just good. And I can pour a nice glass now. I think I've drank I probably drank like, probably not a case, but close since he was over. Cause man, it just did something to me, bud. It did. So just putting that out there, people. Guinness.
Sun Pops.
Yeah, that's
Old
my
Pops approved.
it's my endorsement.
Yeah.
I know they're struggling for sales.
Yeah.
If you ever heard of this? This is a small distributor. Guinness. Yeah. You should get a
Off a
stout.
small island.
Yeah. My people are from there because I'm 164th Irish, which would make you like one what? Jeez. I don't even know.
1/28.
No, it'd be a bigger number, right? It'd be like
60.
1/72. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Half, quarter. I don't even know, bud. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be just times 64 times 2?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that would be
One-
like
128.
128.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah, 128th, yeah. Yeah. Still counts. So yeah.
No, I have to.
Actually,
I'd
you're
have
more
to be
Irish,
more
yeah,
than
because your
that.
mom actually is Irish. So
Yeah.
you're like, I'm 50%
I
Irish,
got that
Dad.
red tint in my
I'd be
hair.
like, damn. I'd be like, damn, you right?
Call me,
Yeah. Yeah.
call me tall red.
Tall
I
red.
don't
The
even
tall
know.
red. Yeah. Polar red. But yeah, they
Polar red.
So yeah, Guinness Stout. It was good. It was good. I used to drink them with Dave back in the day, Like I'm talking, you were like an infant back in the day, and got away from them. But now I'm like, I'm all about them. They go down so easy. It's crazy. Unlike this Truly, that tastes so artificial. I mean, it went
I
down.
don't like seltzers.
It's like it says like with other natural flavors.
This
I'm like,
dog
what
can't
natural
sit still.
flavors? Like, because this shit tastes like it came out of a fucking test tube. But anyways, I drank it.
Yeah, I don't like that's all seltzers in my opinion.
I mean,
I remember I went to a White Claw phase. You
yeah,
can make fun.
ain't no laws.
Ain't no loss. I mean, the boom, like when they
Yeah,
got
when
real big.
yeah.
I remember that, and then everyone started coming out with seltzers.
Yeah.
Interesting to see.
Yeah.
Happen.
You didn't get your sister drunk on White Claws? And she
I
threw
didn't
up on the
get.
floor?
I didn't get her drunk. I didn't get her drunk.
Things I
She
found
may
out.
have.
Things I found out like later. I'm like,
I didn't get her drunk.
mhm.
She may have been doing that unsupervised.
Unsupervised.
But I wasn't, I wasn't.
You was busy dancing on the table. Yeah.
I was busy hosting.
Hosting. Yeah, I mean, sometimes
Make
that's what a host got to
People
do.
were safe. People, make sure people were safe. Those White Claws were gone, though. I remember that. I remember putting them out. It was a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that. It was like the Smirnoff Ices. And I remember, it was like candy.
You literally had the party from Superbad. You know that? You had the party that they finally made it to. That was your party.
Yeah. It was like boom. I was like, geez. And meanwhile, there's a whole keg.
Yeah.
Untouched.
They were like, we're going to drink all this stuff first.
Yeah.
The Smirnoff and all that stuff. Oh my God. I came home, was like looking around my house. Then I was like, why is there a baby pool in my front yard? That's the one part I'll never forget. I said, there's a baby pool in my front yard and there's a beer bong on my porch. I was like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, that's very funny.
It was. Your sister was like, she was seriously. She said it like she didn't want to say it.
That's when she found out.
Like,
that's when she found.
That's the truth. She went, well, Julius knows how to have a good time. I was like, oh, does he?
Funny.
I was like, does he now? Like, I'm just glad my house wasn't burnt down. It's like, man. So yeah. So anyways, to be young. I'm surprised she ain't tried to ask to have a party now. She got to wait one more year.
Yeah. I'm surprised too because it's Deja.
It's Deja. But the thing is, with Deja, your mom will try to stay or something. I'll just stay. I'll be like, no, you won't.
Yeah, I'll just be in the basement with Kane.
I'm like, for 20
Kane
minutes.
And Chica.
I'm looking at your mom, be like, shot. I'm like, really, babe? Really? This is what we're doing today? But yeah.
Like the mom in Mean Girls.
I'm a
the
cool mom. Yeah. Like,
with the dog too.
Like, no, you're not.
Kane,
no, you're
she'll
not.
be holding Kane the whole time.
God, legendary. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I want to get into the news.
I mean, we get into news. Oh, I did have my class reunion, people.
Wait.
Yeah, I had my class reunion.
Oh yeah, that was after.
And I gotta say,
yeah,
it was a really good time. I'm glad I went. I said thank you multiple times to the people who put it together, and I'll say thank you to them again. Thank you. You put together another one, I'll be sure to show my face. Gotta say, saw a couple of my old friends, and they were also old clients from when I had the shop. And I gotta say, my homie Krista Denny, her hair was fucking immaculate, bud. I gotta say, and coming from me, since I used to do her hair, I was highly impressed with how good her hair looked. So, anyways, and it was just good seeing people. It was, but it was good seeing people, catching up.
Yeah.
I will say, I saw my friend Kevin, right? And we were really good friends in like 6th grade. And like after 6th grade, we were just like, hey, how you doing? Type thing. But in 6th grade, we were like besties to the point where like we had a secret handshake and we said we were soul brothers, right? And I never talk about this ever.
Wow.
Yeah. 6th grade shit. So
Soul
brothers, yeah, we had a handshake. It was fucked up. But anyways, so I'm standing there about to leave and I'm talking to Kevin and his wife because we had chatted the whole night.
Yeah.
And she's a super nice girl. Kevin's still a super nice guy. And I shook his hand, was like, it was good seeing you, man. And I said, hey, I looked at his wife and said, hey, we were soul brothers. And I said, you remember that? And he said, yeah, man, I do remember that. And I was like, all right. So I dapped him up and he was like, hey, he's like, good seeing you and congratulations on, all your success. And I was like, same to you, bro. But it was cool. It was cool seeing him. I mean, I saw a good group of people. I was happy to see everybody. I enjoyed all the conversations. And I was really, I don't want to say apprehensive, but it was just something I wouldn't normally want to do. But I'm glad I did it. So those of you people who are on the fence about things like reunions, just consider the fact that somebody took the time to organize it. So just show your face, Just show your face. Yeah. You'll never know who you'll see or who you'll be happy to see. And if you don't want to talk to somebody, don't talk to them. So, or maybe talk to them. just
it also has been 30 years.
Yeah,
come on now.
Like, come on now.
You
come
matured.
On. Yeah. I mean, I haven't, but I have my son to keep me in check. So yeah. But, all right, moving on to the news.
Fast X trailer dropped. Remember? I've been waiting.
It sure did. Hey, dude was
talk about this.
He said the problem with so much family. Who you gonna say first? I said, oh. I was like, you can have too much family. Man.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 10.
Part 1.
It's this summer, right? Yeah, part 1.
Yeah.
Fast X, part 1. This summer. It might be the first one I see.
I know. We're going to show up. They'll be like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's us. We're here.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
We're on the red carpet.
I'm like, hey,
A
who
big
knew?
paycheck.
Who knew?
Money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks. That trailer was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Right.
on so many, everything about it
Yeah.
is ridiculous. It starts off.
Let's
like,
break it
oh,
down. Let's break it down in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it starts off like, okay, there's Dom and this woman and their kid, and you're like, oh, okay, and then just as each layer comes, it's just like another layer of absurdity. You're like, oh, there's Ludacris. There's
Well, he's
Tyra.
been in it.
But I'm saying, but it's just like you're like, oh yeah, you think about like where they went from, and we always said they went from
Stealing
like
VCRs.
to they're driving cars in outer space. Like he
Yeah.
literally crashes a helicopter with his car.
Yeah, that was the main.
I was like,
2 helicopters.
yeah, 2. I
He's
was
on the
like-
highway and he's like,
I was like, this. I'm like, Dom, if you're that calm under pressure, you could be anything. Like you could literally be anything.
Yeah.
Like NASCAR driver, fighter pilot. They're like, this dude is he's never shook up. He
Yeah.
was like, oh, 2 helicopters got me. Anybody else would be like, that's it, I'm fucking dead. They're in the
No.
sky. I'm on the ground. Nope. He's like, let me just drop
he's
a
like-
gear.
Yeah, he's like,
he just drops a
he's
gear.
a clutch.
Shit. Shoots off the bridge. Watch it.
Yeah, he jumps down.
yeah.
On. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I'm like, huh? I guess. Like it's just
Yeah.
like, I guess.
Toretto.
I mean, he needs to like him versus the A-Team. This was funny because like that A-Team movie they made years ago that was trash.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it was trash. They flew a fucking tank. Everybody knew that was ridiculous.
I
They
get
flew
that.
a tank.
Yeah.
But they're like, we have to fly the tank. Like they explain why they do it and how they do it. Bradley Cooper's in that. Think about that.
I know.
Bradley
yeah.
Cooper was in that movie.
Yeah.
But so he does that. They do that, and everybody knew. But for some reason, Fast and the Furious just continuously makes cars do things cars can't do.
I think now it's to the point like, man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
And like,
it's fun.
and they can fight. He can fight.
I know.
I'm like, when did he learn how to fight? Like he can fight like on like a Navy SEAL
Yeah.
level. Like,
Yeah.
He fights trained like professional killers.
You know where you learn? Streets of LA.
Shoots to LA with his family.
With his
family that big, you grew up
Backyard.
fighting.
Just backyard.
Grew up fighting.
Backyard brawling.
Mercy.
John Cena's his brother.
I know. And John,
And he's cool.
He said,
They're
"What's
cool
the
now."
plan, Dom?" I was like, them being brothers is the most absurd thing. It's just like, it's like almost like a joke. It's like brother, like oh okay, like okay, I accept that.
Yeah. It's what else happened in that trailer?
Oh,
Some. I know I wanted to talk about John Cena and the helicopter
well,
thing.
Statham's back too. You know?
Oh yeah, he's back, and you know what that means, folks. Theory. We predict
Yes.
that at the end of Fast X,
Yes.
you're gonna see like it's gonna
If
be
you
like this
smell,
meeting. Yeah, it's gonna be like a meeting, and then you hear a voice, and emerging from the shadows is The Rock.
yeah.
Boom, fate, cut to black.
Yeah.
That's the end of the first part.
Like I wonder when I'll be hearing from you again.
Yeah,
Yeah, some
and
shit
then,
like
and
that.
then the Rock shows up.
Yeah.
yeah, The Rock emerges from the
Yeah.
shadow.
I still owe you one, Dom.
Mhm.
Some bullshit.
Yeah,
And everybody will go crazy. I'd be like a bitch, like, oh my God.
oh, is the family big enough?
Is the
Is there
yeah.
room
Is
for the room? Wait, is there room for one more in the family?
Oh.
Then The Rock
Oh,
shows
The
up.
Rock shows up. Because seriously, they don't need The Rock. But if you want to go ahead and make the crowd pop,
Yeah.
that's all you got to do.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. Because it's like, I mean, if you see X1, I'm pretty sure you're going to see X1 Part 2.
Yeah. So yeah, Fast X.
Part 2.
That's
But
how
yeah,
Part
but
1's
yeah,
gonna end with
yeah.
The Rock. I hope if
Yeah.
if the franchise ends and he doesn't come back, I will be very surprised.
Yeah, I'll be surprised because he is
I'll be-
money hungry.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah,
money
anything.
hungry.
He would do anything for a
Yeah,
paycheck.
yeah, he will. He will. That dude. Rock. So, Flashpoint trailer dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, bud.
I
That
was
little bit of
pleasantly
that little
surprised.
little bit of Batman I saw in that movie.
That's all the old heads.
Hey, you know, rest in peace,
I'm
my man
Batman.
Pun. But Pun used to sit there and be like, they need to just bring back Michael Keaton. He used to say it all the time. I don't know why they're playing around. They just need to bring back Michael Keaton. And I'd be like, Pun, he's 55 years old. They ain't bringing him back. And here we are,
Yeah.
10 years later. Oh, man. Shout out to my man
Batman.
Pun.
Yeah,
Because he was right.
yeah,
That's all they
eventually
need to
did.
do. And I was so happy to see that motherfucker.
Yeah. And he's like has proper modern day effects. So he's like fighting. fighting good. I mean,
Michael Keaton's like, I mean, you know, I'm 65, right?
yeah.
They were like,
don't
yeah.
worry about, don't
Like,
worry about Mike.
Post.
Don't worry about Mike.
Post.
We'll fix it in
Take care of him in post.
Yeah. So you probably watched that trailer.
Yeah.
He's like, I did all
I
that.
did all that. He's like, I told you. Told you.
Told you.
His wife's like, Michael, no. He's like, no, remember, you saw me. You're like, they say, go to this mark. And you shuffled over there. Yeah. You go to this mark. Oh, shit. But it looked,
I think it'll be decent.
yeah, 'cause there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and it's pre-James Gunn DC.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Ezra Miller.
I know. Who? A surgery just sent me a meme that said Michael Keaton is so good it made you forget that Ezra Miller kidnapped people. I was like, I know. I was like, that dude kidnapped somebody.
Kidnapped somebody, endangered kids.
He was choking old people. I'm sorry. They were choking old people out
punching
at restaurants.
people in Hawaii.
They said he got arrested 32 times in Hawaii. Either way,
32.
27 or 32.
That's
but
some, that's
right.
some Jesse the Kid.
that's just like every other day. Like,
That's some Wild West numbers.
I'm
I'm a robber bank.
I watch this. I'm gonna smack this lady. Wow, I just got arrested. Get out.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was doing work with juveniles, we had a kid who got physically restrained like 16 times in February. I'll never forget this. He was physically restrained, like 6. No, it was 18 times in February,
Wow.
and we were having a meeting
Wait,
about
hold
him.
on. Chica.
So yeah, we were having a meeting about him, and I said, "You know, there's only 28 days in February," and they were like, "What?" No, it's like.
Yeah.
That means he spent more days restrained than not in a whole month. It was crazy. But, so yeah, Ezra Miller got arrested between 27 to 32 times while he was in Hawaii.
Wow. You found out his vacation was 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks, yeah. It was just, they were like, you got out and got arrested again. He's like, yeah, slow day. But I'm looking forward to that movie.
I am too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know what movie is getting zero buzz? Little Mermaid. No buzz.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching the trailer last night when we went to see Ant-Man, which
Yeah.
we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there watching the trailer, and I'm fucked up because I was like, because I don't care that she's black, but I thought melanin is like, is a reaction to sun.
That's what people.
Yeah, and I was like, she's the bomb of the ocean. I was like, so, yeah. But then I was like, but then again, in mythology, they were all like pasty.
Well,
Yeah.
that was like a counter argument for people mad that she was
Yeah.
black in the first place. They're saying, well, if you want to be realistic, she wouldn't even be white. She'd be translucent.
She'd be translucent. Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
I think why that's not getting buzz is that people. Well, I mean, the main reason, but
yeah. It's close to the
but
line.
also, I think people are just over the Disney remakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just.
I feel
I was
like
talking to Uncle Chet like when that came on. We were
Yeah.
like, yeah, my opinion.
Mhm.
He said there's been more misses. I think they're all misses. All the remakes.
Well, no, I thought you said Beauty and the Beast was good.
I didn't see it. But I heard the same. Like you hear the same complaints. It's like, oh man, like they hit a mark, and you're like, oh, I really like that. You're like, oh, I really like that because it was just like that in the cartoon.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you just want to go watch the cartoon, which is the better version.
Well, I mean, but they still keep making money. The first failure was just recently with Pinocchio.
But yeah, that was
Yeah.
a Disney Plus exclusive.
Well, okay. Well, there you
And
go.
I heard that was bad too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you got Tom Hanks.
You have Disney remakes started with, I want to say Jungle Book. No, Cinderella.
Yeah, which was good. They said it was good.
People say, yeah, it was solid. Then Jungle Book, which is
was
alright.
okay. There were good parts. There were good parts.
There's
but
good parts.
They keep doing extra. Though,
Yeah,
when you're like,
but that's
that's
what they
like,
do.
you're like, that's not part of the
That's what I'm
story in
saying.
any way, shape, or form.
For some reason, they're like, okay, we gotta take this 80-minute cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay, you can make a 90-minute movie, but whatever.
Yeah.
But they're like, let's make this a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, and you're
So they
like, and you
add
add
stuff.
stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like Mowgli fucking burnt the jungle down in the live adaptation.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Like,
He
what? Wait,
bro,
what?
he burnt the jungle
That's
down.
That's your home.
yeah, like I was like, the whole point.
Used to save it. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you fucking burnt the whole jungle
forgot
down.
about
Remember
that.
that? He brought
Yeah.
the damn jungle down.
I forgot about that.
The elephants had to come and put the fire out. I was like, this
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Then there was after that was Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, but where does Maleficent?
Okay.
Maleficent, we don't call
Yeah,
that.
I don't. No, that's not like a live action because it kind of try to do its own thing.
It's its own thing.
I respect that, even
Yeah.
though like I'm not a huge Maleficent fan. But I appreciate, or I should say, I respect it because it did its own thing.
Right.
You know, it wasn't just rehashing a story that we already knew,
Right.
which is what every remake's doing. At least it took like something we knew, like, oh, here's a twist.
Yeah.
I mean, if the not remakes, if they did something like that for everything, it would be more understandable.
Yeah.
Like, Universal just announced they're doing a live action How to Train Your Dragon, and they have the writer and director.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They just
I have a
announced
problem
it like
with
this
that.
week, and they have the writer and director of the first one doing it.
Listen, man.
And people are like, we don't want these. We don't want the live action remakes.
I want Hiccup and Toothless, and Stoic. God, I love that fucking movie.
It's pretty good.
But How to Train Your Dragon is more than pretty good. All right. How to Train Your Dragon 2, it's all right. But How to Train Your
How to Train
Dragon
Your Dragon 2 is good as well.
3? No, it goes 1, 3, 2 in my book.
I didn't see 3.
Yeah. Oh, he says, once upon a time, there were dragons. He says, once upon a time, there were dragons.
Wait, did they die at the end of 3?
Gotta watch the movie, bud.
What? Is that how it starts?
I was like, damn.
Is that how it starts?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was, damn.
That's like some Avatar stuff.
Yeah, man. I was like, it got me right there. I
Yeah.
said, fuck. Hiccup. He got beard.
Yeah,
He
I
grown
remember
ass
the
man
trailer,
now.
yeah.
He's like, once upon a time, there were dragons. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, the second one's cool because he finds his moms and shit. So. But the first one, come on, man. When Hiccup saves him at the end.
I know that it was.
But you know what I'm saying? I broke down. I broke down when
I
he came out the
remember.
end
I
and he had the
remember.
prosthetic. I said, oh my god, I was done.
I
That
remember.
movie hit me hard, man. Hit me hard.
I remember.
Anyways, yeah. You know me. If it's fathers and sons, fathers and daughters, I'm a bitch. I don't care. Shit, I watched Logan the other night with your mom. Why are we both in there crying again? I was like, what the
Rewatching.
fuck? Rewatching. I don't think I cried the first time because I was amazed your mom cried.
Yeah.
I looked over at the theater at your mom crying. I was like, what the fuck? And I remember because when they took the cross and leaned on its side made the X, your mom was like, X. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, she really likes this movie. So we watched it again the other night. I'm halfway through it. I look at her, I was like, babe, I forgot how good this movie was. She's like, I know. I was like, this movie's like really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Then the end came. And she was like, Daddy. And I was like, oh God. Oh, God. This is too much for me.
Not again.
No, I know. Hit me again.
You
Then
Jackman.
you heard me watching it. I said, that's my niece Katie right there.
Yeah.
X23. I was like, Laura, I was like, that's my niece. For
Yeah.
real. Then I'm like, well, it came out before she was born, so she probably don't even know. She don't even know.
Wow,
If she watches it, she'll probably be like, that's me. I'll be like, she's in school fucking up people.
Putting like pencils in
Yeah,
between
it
her
I
knuckles.
was like, oh no. Nobody messes with Katie. But anyways, where were we before we got sat? Oh, you said How to Train Your Dragon.
Well, we were talking about remakes.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid. The
Little
buzz with
Mermaid,
Little
yeah,
Mermaid
yeah.
is like non-existent.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
And that comes out. Does that come out this?
It's
summer?
it's soon. Yeah. I mean, everything. What
They're
do you?
trying to push it. They had a
think-
Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, he did, but it's always
Yeah.
the same thing.
It's always the same trailer.
Yeah, it's just.
It gets me every time though.
Does it?
I'm not gonna go see it, but you know.
We're like, I'm not gonna see it,
but the
but-
trailer gets me this, like when she starts singing Under the Sea.
Yeah, I mean that's the classic, man. Did you What is your thoughts on Guardians? Like, I know it's gonna be good, but do you? I don't really. I'm not like super excited for it. It's like,
I am.
are you?
Yeah.
Like, I see the trailers and I'm like, cool.
No, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm like, who's gonna die? Because somebody's gonna die. I just don't know who.
I'm excited. Except, I didn't watch this. I only watched the first trailer. I was like, okay, I'm good because every trailer. I tell you this too. Every trailer they show too much. Ant-Man 2, they showed too much. I remember when you put it on, I was like, okay, I wish I didn't see that.
I guess.
And then this trailer in the theater, they showed the second Guardians trailer, and I was like, okay, yeah, they
there's a
showed.
lot.
I can see the emotional hits. I'm like, that would have hit harder if I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that because when we were watching,
Like the first one had just enough.
we were watching Ant-Man last night. I was watching it, so I guess we'll just segue right into Ant-Man because it connects with what we were saying about trailers showing too much. Because when we were watching it, and like I said, spoilers, we were watching it, and I got to the part with the ants. The part with the ants, and then what happened after the ants? Everybody going through the portal.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, well, this isn't over, because I haven't seen the part yet where he's like, all I have to do is lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that.
I was like,
me too. I was thinking, wait, we haven't seen Scott Lang beat up.
yeah, like I was like, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Like I was like, so, and then sure enough, boom, he gets shot, and I'm like, and here's the scene. Like, cause it was like, it was like you couldn't even fall for like the false ending because you knew from the trailer that there was more to come.
The second trailer especially showed too much. I mean, I remember it being like, okay, yeah, I watched it the one time. I was like, okay, this is enough.
It's too much. But I'll say this much. I mean, I liked it. You know, I think we all liked it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, folks. If you
if
you don't want to get spoiled.
Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. So, I mean, I give it out of 5. I give it 3.5 stars.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Okay, I give it 3.
You give it 3.
Yeah.
Wow. Out of 5.
Yeah.
Wow. It's definitely the best Ant-Man movie, and as far as on what
so I think so I trying to get like other people's perspective. I was watching stuff, and it depends what you like about Ant-Man. A lot of the negative stuff I'm hearing about with this movie is that what they liked about Ant-Man was it was small stakes. It was kind of a self-contained thing. Yeah, it was Ant-Man after all. Yeah. He's just doing Ant-Man stuff.
Yeah,
this one huge stakes. It's introducing the main villain of the thing. So it just depends on what you like about Ant-Man.
Well, I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like it was huge stakes. It introduced a massive villain, but it wasn't. The stakes didn't feel like. I don't know how to describe it.
The stakes were big.
They were big, but it was still huge. Ant-Man. Like, you're like, oh, the ants just win everything. And I said, it is an Ant-Man movie. Like, literally, it's an Ant-Man movie.
The stakes, that does not excuse that.
I mean,
we'll jump into that later.
The science behind that made sense, though.
We'll jump into that later,
okay.
Dad.
I'm just saying. I'm saying I liked it, but I get the science behind it.
What's it called?
I am Kang!
Jesus.
Yeah, I blew up the whole mic. That's all I know. He said I am Kang. But go ahead.
I was saying, it just depends. Some people like the simple stuff with Ant-Man, and that's why they liked Ant-Man. But this, you can't say there was no small stakes of Kang. Kang's really
he
Kang's
is.
Kang. And it's not Ant-Man doing robbery stuff. It was the quantum realm. I don't care. I really could care less about the Ant-Man movies. So this one I liked the most.
But even in the end, when he was walking, he was talking, to him it was like, he felt like it was self-contained. Then it hit him like, but wait a second, what if it wasn't? You know what I mean? But to him, it was like, this is an adventure that I just had, and now it's over. Yeah. And then he was like, wait, well, but he said this.
To him.
Yeah, but then they were like, but he
Not
said.
To the audience.
But then he was reminding the audience when he said, there were more, and he needed to stop them. What if I just killed everybody by killing him? You know, like he reminded us that no, the stakes were higher, even though from where we were sitting, it was just like it was an Ant-Man story.
No one was thinking it was just an Ant-Man story.
Well, that's because people had all these preconceived.
No, it's the quantum realm and Kang. That's not just an Ant-Man story.
Well, who's the only person that
been Kang is literally set up by Marvel
to be the next big bad.
Yes,
yeah.
So that's not just an Ant-Man story.
And this introduced Kang to the masses.
Yes.
But this was the Kang story in the quantum realm. We're not going to see Kang in the quantum realm again.
But we'll
see Kang again. But
I know.
Won't see in that arena.
Just say it's an Ant-Man thing because Kang is literally the face of the MCU, the villain of the MCU now. That's not just an Ant-Man thing. Yeah. We went into this movie being like, okay, how do they introduce the villain for the next 5 years?
Yeah. But you realize we're not going to see that version of Kang.
I know, but it doesn't matter. They introduced us to the concept of Kang.
Yeah, and Raman
the villainous of Kang.
And Mortis and Scarlet Centurion.
So that's why it's not just the Ant-Man thing.
But I give him kudos for making the quantum realm look cool.
They did.
I seriously,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I was like, wow, they spent some money.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh wow,
Yeah.
they gave Ant-Man some money for this one.
My highest praises is the Quantum Realm, like the
the
designs.
They
and
spent
stuff.
90% of the movie in front of that thing what is that thing they call it now? It's like that big huge screen. There's a word for it.
I don't think they use that.
You don't think they use that
The
for
dome thing.
Yeah, but the whole fucking movie was CGI.
I know.
Like,
I think that's just a Star Wars thing.
No, they used it for Shang-Chi.
They did.
Parts of it,
the
yeah.
Dome?
It's called. That's not what it's called.
I
though.
know. It is.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they use
Did
it all
they
the
use
time.
it for Shang-Chi?
For parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, parts of it. I might be lying, but anyways.
One thing, Sergi said he was like looking at all the shooting locations. He's like, "How would they have this many shooting locations?" It was all.
On a
It was like
corner.
90% was green screen.
Yeah,
That I was like, yeah, I was wondering. That
he was
too.
on locations. I wasn't paying attention.
In the credits, it shows you
Yeah.
everywhere they shot. It was
Georgia.
a whole bunch.
Really?
Yeah, it was a whole bunch.
Yeah,
It was
that's
like,
crazy. The
this
whole thing was Quantum Realm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know. That's why I was like, yeah, you think it would be a back lot with blue screens?
All right, so we'll do what do we do? We should do what we liked and what we disliked.
Yeah.
You want to do dislikes
We
first?
jumped the
Let's
gun.
do dislikes first. I'll go first, and we'll take turns.
I feel
I
like think we should say the positives first. 'cause
Really?
The dislikes will go in rants. We won't get through it.
Okay, then we'll do the likes. I liked Kang.
Yeah, he steals the show.
Fucking love
He
Kang.
carries them.
Anytime he was on the screen, I was like,
Oh yeah,
I was
he
like, hell
chewed
yeah.
it up.
Yeah, and he and there were parts where he was chewing up the scenery, but there was parts where he was like, I told you that part where he was trying not to blow up.
Mhm.
He did it multiple times, and I loved it every time because I was like,
did.
I know that feeling when you're like trying to keep it together, and they weren't listening to you, and you're like, I'm about to go fucking nuts.
That reminded me of the scene in Get Out. Remember, he's like, "Give me the rose, give me the keys, Rose."
Yeah,
And then he blows up. He's like, "Give me the keys, Rose." It reminded me of that.
yeah. I was like, that's marriage. I was
Iconically.
like, that's marriage. That's marriage.
I thought ironically, both white women.
Both white women. White women not listening.
Yeah.
Man, just trying to tell you what to do. All you do is listen. Everything be cool. You don't want to listen. Now I got to snap out. Now I'm crazy. Now I'm crazy.
Sure, just listen to me.
Just listen to me.
That's terrible.
See? It's the truth, though.
Terrible.
Seriously, when Michelle Pfeiffer was holding that fucking motor, that engine thing,
Yeah.
and she could read his mind because she was holding it, he knew.
Yeah,
He knew.
I like that.
He
yeah.
was like, this bitch is reading my mind.
Yeah,
he just like settled in like,
yeah, he was like, okay, now I gotta explain.
now I gotta talk.
Yeah, he was so nonchalant.
Yeah. And he just like sat there and was like, like, basically get in the car, babe. Like, it's like your woman's so mad, she gets like, get in the car, babe. Babe, just get in the car. Get in the car, babe. No, you just leave me. I can't leave you, babe. If I leave you, I'm an asshole. So just get in the car.
Yeah, he was
It was the truth.
good.
She's like, who is Kang? And Sergi did make a good point. Remember when he said, she asked him, who is Kang?
Mm-hmm.
So what has she been calling him this whole time? Who does she know him as?
Yeah.
If she didn't know, like, she knew Kang was him.
Yeah.
When she read his mind, but what has she been calling him that whole time they were stranded?
Yeah.
And between me and you, in the hole in
They
the wall,
weren't just stranded.
they weren't just stranded.
They weren't friends. They
just
said
friends. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey.
because you said it. She hooked up with Bill Murray.
Yeah, she hooked up with Bill Murray.
I mean, desperate times call for
Yeah,
desperate measures.
who's almost human.
Yeah,
And as he was saying, all the ways that count.
that was funny. That
was funny.
That was funny.
And then you got Kang sitting there, alpha male.
Yeah.
Alpha male Kang.
Yeah.
And he got a big brain. And he was fit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what it was.
That's in the
Yeah.
deleted scene.
Yeah, they're like, there's a deleted scene where he's like, that weight go. This is that. I'm done. Oh, it was Michelle Pfeiffer and Kang. Shit.
Yeah.
Who he was like, I ain't really worried about getting off this planet now.
Yeah.
Your fine ass is here. That's what he would have said to her. That's what I would have said to her. I'm like, shit, I'm good. I mean, I'm gonna get you home, but we got time.
Eventually.
Yeah,
you got nothing
eventually.
but time.
We got nothing but time.
You kept talking
Yeah,
about time.
Yeah,
we got nothing but time.
baby. You ain't late. You right on time.
You right where you need to be.
She was like, damn, that's game. Oh man.
But
She
yeah,
read his mind.
You like Kane. You like Kane.
Yeah, Kang. I like Kang a lot. Who are you? What you like?
What I like,
Yeah.
I like obviously Kang. I liked the Quantum Realm. I think they did a good job
Yes,
just
they did.
making me interested.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a cool like.
It felt very organic.
Yeah,
You know?
and I always had a problem with sci-fi stuff being like, oh, we've seen these type of designs before, but these ones I was like, oh, they're interesting.
Well, you know where I did see those designs before? Strange World. I just watched Strange World last week.
Yeah, I watched a review and
I was
they
like,
showed some clips from Strange World. I was like, oh yeah, that's similar.
I was like,
He also said though it reminded me of like how Miyazaki's like Studio Ghibli
yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that. I mean, you can pay homage.
Yeah, I mean, it was very well done. And I like the fact that when you saw the world, then you're like, oh, yeah, she could have survived here for 30 years.
Yeah.
You know, because they would originally, it was, oh, she was here for 30 years by herself.
Yeah,
Like,
you
nobody
go crazy.
survives.
Yeah,
you go crazy. Like,
and I was like, oh, no, she just, like, adapted.
yeah, met people and just, like, lived.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that, and I liked... Oh, I did like this... Seeing Ant-Man fight in this one, I was like, oh, yeah, Ant-Man would be a problem
Formidable.
to fight.
Yeah, I remember he beat the Falcon, but everybody was like, oh, it was Falcon.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this one, though, when he was fighting Kang, and he was going big, and he was going in the giant man, like, he was doing it all, he was doing combos.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, you would be tough.
Yeah, it'd be difficult.
Going from Ant-Man to regular to Giant Man in, like,
Yeah.
in a second,
Yeah. Well,
and doing that would,
well,
they put some respect on his name.
yeah, a little bit. It was Scott Lang, wasn't Hank Pym.
Yeah, it wasn't Hank Pym.
Yeah, there was a part where I thought, man, George's buddy Ian probably real happy with this movie. That's when all the ants showed up.
Yeah, oh.
I was like,
So, yeah, let's
damn.
talk about, do you have anything else you liked? Cause
I mean, I liked the Quantum. I like Kang.
that's
I
all
liked
have.
I liked how they tried to balance Ant-Man
Oh.
and Wasp.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
they tried. They
They
tried.
didn't try good.
Well, they tried enough.
It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But she
Wasp
saved.
was an afterthought.
She saved his ass a couple times.
It's called Ant-Man. They started off good. I was like, oh, okay. You know, their
Yeah.
relationship. I was like, oh, she's doing big things.
Yeah. Well, it's
She-
still Scott
It's
Lang's
still
story.
Scott Lang's story, but like,
Well, I mean, I feel like they gave her moments. You know, it's still Scott Lang's story. I know it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp.
it is.
But I feel like
his story.
she played her part.
They don't. I know it's Scott
She's
Lang's,
not very well developed. as a
That's
character.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, it's still Ant-Man's story, but she's in the title. Can you give it a little arc?
Yeah, because I
A little
honestly,
self-discovery.
I thought at one point, honestly, I was like, why is she with him? Like,
Yeah.
'cause I was like, why are they together exactly?
Yeah.
Besides the fact that they can shrink.
I know.
Because I was like, I don't remember like really like. I mean, I know they're a couple, but I'm not sure why they're
Yeah.
a couple. So, and you know, I don't know, but I don't know. I like the little bit of shit she got to do.
Yeah.
I like Evangeline Lilly. I think she probably has the same manager as agent as Zoe.
She has a good one. I mean,
She does some movies. But all right, the things we didn't like.
one more thing I liked. Hot take. I like MODOK.
Did you?
I like, besides his effects, because the effects in the Quantum Realm were so good, MODOK looked so bad. His face
Yeah, his face.
looked bad. But I was telling someone, I was like, oh yeah, I was talking to Dilly, I was like, MODOK felt like a character from an Adult Swim show.
You told me that.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I felt like a Rick and Morty character. And then I stopped, I was like, wait a second. And the writer wrote episodes for season 4 and 5 of Rick and Morty.
Well, boom. There you
And
go.
I was like, that explains the tone of MODOK. Like, I could
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
like, all his lines and stuff
Yeah.
and how he delivered them
Yeah,
felt like a Rick
I
and
was like,
Morty.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take
Yeah.
this dude. Like, is he supposed to be funny?
Yeah,
I'm like, or is he supposed to be like
I think
serious, but it's not coming on? I didn't know how to
Yeah.
take him.
I took it as it was supposed to be funny. Like, they
Yeah.
knew MODOK was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, everything I've seen MODOK in,
He's a joke.
I remember being a kid and being like, look at this guy.
Yeah. Well, they
And
definitely.
they made him, yeah. and
Oh,
just-
the baby leg. I just noticed the baby legs. I was like, that's
yeah,
so
it
funny.
is. And then when he was dying,
Yeah.
and I was like, what?
He's like, I'm an Avenger
Avenger
now.
now.
They
And I
were
was
like,
like, yeah.
they were like,
I don't know. Like, I could all his lines, I
Yeah.
could see in a Rick and Morty episode.
No, I
just
was
being that laughing
surprised when
joke.
it was him.
Yeah, I
'Cause
was
like,
surprised
oh,
too.
and I went, oh.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was surprised
Yeah.
too.
I was like, oh.
And he's like, I am
And
Darren.
then, yeah. And then
His voice, I think, just matched
Kang checked
Perfectly.
him that very first
Oh
time.
yeah, that was a good tone setter.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Don't speak when
Yeah.
I'm in the room." I was like, "Wow!" Like,
Yeah, because I mean, he's
Yeah.
the ultimate killing machine.
yeah. I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I personally like MODOK. I can see
yeah.
why people wouldn't.
Yeah, I told you he
But-
just confused me. But overall, I liked the movie. I didn't like
Yeah.
the one leader. I really didn't. Everything she said was a cliche.
It was.
It was like a one-liner. I just didn't
I don't
get
think
her.
she. I don't
was
think
like,
she needed to be in it.
yeah, I didn't see the point. Or if
Yeah.
you're gonna have her, make her somebody of significance, not
Mhm.
just some random warrior woman
Yeah.
who just says tough shit. Like I was like, why?
She was a whole cliche.
Yeah, I was like this. It was just like, wow, like.
I mean, all I can think why she was needed was for Cassie to be like, "Oh, we need to help these people."
Right.
But even then,
Well, even that though.
Cassie was gonna do that.
I
on
remember
her own.
Cassie was like, "Dad, drink the juice, drink
Yeah,
the ooze."
yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second, they were together. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
oh.
they were together.
There were some parts where I was like, "Okay, they jumped a bit."
Yeah, because I was like, they were together,
time.
and now she has drank the ooze,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even know where she's at, and they're
Mhm.
trying to get him to drink it, and he won't drink it. And it's a whole drink the ooze.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's gonna drink his shit, and he's gonna understand the language. Like I was like,
Mhm.
we all know it, so just drink the shit.
The
Like-
movie had cliches,
Yeah, yeah,
tropes.
tropes. Yeah.
That was one of them.
Mhm.
That was a moment when they jumped in time. I was like, okay, we missed a little bit. And then remember when they're in the desert, like Hope and
Yeah.
them. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, whoa, they were just in this forest. I was
Yeah.
like, where are we at now?
Well, no, they looked down at the desert. That part I know.
Oh,
They were up
I
high and
missed
they
it.
looked down. And I was like,
Okay.
and then the next scene, we saw those things walking,
Yeah.
and I was like, they were up above them.
Okay.
I don't know how they got down there unless they flew
Yeah.
down.
Okay, I
But,
didn't
yeah.
catch that.
They couldn't have flown down. They didn't have the thing
They
yet.
didn't have that.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, I caught that. I caught when he first grabbed his ear,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, those are the ants. And your Uncle Chet was like, what? I said, those are ants. Those are
Mhm.
ants. And I didn't know it was going to become like the whole, but it makes sense though. That's why I'm saying like it might not have been a cool ending. A whole bunch of ants attack Kang, but the movie is
No.
fucking called Ant-Man.
It is.
And I watched them fall through the fucking portal. I was like, oh, those are the
Yeah.
ants. And then I watched them blink away, and I was like, where are the ants? And then he said they went through a time variance, and they ended up thousands of years in the past. So they built a whole society, and they were already smart. So I was like, hey, it makes sense. Don't like
It's
it. You know what Josh said to me because he was sitting there. And he
What?
said, actually, man, that'd be a problem because
it
ants
would.
they have like a hive mind. I was like, yeah. He's like, if every ant right now rose up, we'd be fucked. I'm
Yeah.
like, I know. I was like, we really would. But-
Okay, the biggest thing I didn't. Okay, before I get to the ants, I didn't like. We were talking about tropes. There's a couple other tropes, or not tropes, but the big Marvel problem is the quippiness, the Marvel quip.
Yeah,
It's it's the Marvel quip.
just let it be heavy when it needs to be
Yeah,
heavy.
like they literally were interrupt the progression of the
Mm.
plot to tell a joke that doesn't land.
Yeah,
And,
so unnecessary.
and people have been calling them out, and they still do it, and I don't understand. And it's even worse now because we've been getting more serious stuff from other things, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I want this,"
Yeah,
and Marvel's like, "Oh
it doesn't have to be dark.
no,
but to be serious, it can
Yeah.
be serious
And
without
people-
being dark.
yeah." And
Yeah.
they people express that,
Yeah,
and really now, especially after Batman and like Peacemaker and all
yeah.
this stuff.
Peacemaker was dope,
Yeah, like all this stuff.
but
we've been-
funny.
It was funny, yeah. I mean, it's James Gunn,
Yeah,
but knew when to
Yeah.
balance the tone
yeah.
and when to.
You know what scene didn't hit for me? It didn't land. It's want to sound dumb, but it was when she grew, when Cassie grew,
Yeah.
and like he was already big, and she was like, "Cassie, you're huge,"
Oh,
and they ran,
yeah,
they hugged.
and then
And I was
like-
like, "There's nothing to scale you two right now. Like you two are both giants,
Yeah.
and they didn't put anything in that scene to make us think you were giants. You just look like two people hugging.
Yeah.
you know.
I
and
thought that
and I was
too.
like,
I thought
I was
that,
like, this is the problem they had with Honey I Shrunk the Kids. The third one when
Mhm.
they grew,
yeah.
that's why people were like, it
Honey-
wasn't that good.
Honey,
'Cause
I blew up.
I blew up the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
blew up the kid.
You have to scale that stuff.
Yeah.
That's the only way it works. You know, I was like,
There's my last complaint before the ants. Another cheesy. This wasn't quippy, but this was just cheesy in my opinion. The first one wasn't when he showed up big and you're like, oh,
Yeah, he
and he
big up.
yelled Kang. I
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
And then he kept talking.
He kept talking.
And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd can't act aggressive.
Yeah, he can't.
He
Yeah.
was like,
We're men of our
royalties.
word.
Yeah, I was like,
word is
whoa,
our
we were-
bond,
yeah, I was like, whoa, stop. I was like,
Stop.
why do you have to say all that?
Yeah, just start smashing shit.
Yeah, I was like, that's my last, like,
Yeah.
before the ants.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
the ants.
Now the ants. Talk about the ants, bud, because this is, you were like in the theater.
I looked
talking
over
about
to
the
you
ants.
guys. When that happened, I was like, I looked over to Uncle
Really?
Chad. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
listen.
I almost left. I really was like,
I
was like,
I was thinking about it too. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, I'm going to get up right now. Because I was really like,
I was mad.
yeah,
One,
I was like, I'm going to get
because
up.
Jonathan Majors.
And then I was like, no, don't get up. Wait, like, see it through.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
I was upset just. I mean, you say, yeah, like they shrunk down in size. They were talking about them, the ants being super smart.
Yeah.
And then they said, so I understand them playing a part. But when they showed up, all of them, I thought, well, that's a lot of ants. And Kang. Kang's Kang. He's going to be the villain. We just talked about it. He's going to be the villain. And to be beat by ants, even though it's Ant-Man.
but he wasn't. He wasn't, but I feel you.
He was balled up. He didn't have his suit after.
Yeah, I know.
He got balled up. And we saw Kane do all this stuff. And he couldn't take out an arm. Like, if he should have been.
They were army ants, but
They were military.
well, but think
ants.
about this.
They should.
Kang's whole shtick is superior technology.
It is, and they had on.
They had,
that's why I was.
They
I was
had
like,
superior technology than him.
That's why I was like, well, okay. They should just have the ant. They didn't have to do the whole aging thing. Like, come on now. Because he does. Yeah, they said 100,000s a year, so they are on par with him.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
This.
That's just dumb.
It's dumb.
You didn't have to.
It's ants.
It is ants.
It's super smart ants, and movies called Ant-Man. But I get you. I feel you. But
okay, I would have been okay with it if the ants showed up. You know, they tussle a little bit. I'm talking 30 seconds, and then Kang's like, "What?" And he just does some Kang stuff. And he wipes him out, and you're like, "Man, Kang is Kang."
Yeah.
But I feel like they didn't know how to beat him otherwise.
No, there's no way Ant-Man can beat him.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
I know.
There was no way. There's no way on any world that Ant-Man beats Kang.
I know. So like, I don't think. Yeah.
And even Kang getting absorbed into the thing, I didn't understand how that happened.
Mm-hmm. Well, they blew it. I don't know.
His suit was a part of his ship. I don't understand that either.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. But
that was like they banished him there.
Okay, how about this? They have the same thing with, you know, he gets sucked in. Just take out the ant thing.
Yeah.
Have them have a little stronger one-on-one battle.
Yeah.
He misses. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have a one-on-one battle.
Well, maybe it was because they had to do something to take away all his gadgets.
Yeah.
Because Kang is just a man.
Yes.
He's just a man.
Yeah.
You take away his technology, he's just a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only way they could have him fight Ant-Man as a dude. Because you saw when he had his shit, he just moved his finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's fucking Kang. So.
Okay. My recommendation, same fight. Take out the ants. Have like Hope and Cassie tag team, you know, distraction as Ant-Man's down for the count, so we think. And he comes with the plan. The plan, blow up the thing again.
Hey.
And do that. Just do that and have him get sucked back in. Minus the ants, you'll be like, okay, we beat him, I guess.
Yeah.
But we didn't really beat him. We got lucky.
Yeah.
The ants beat him. The ants beat him.
Yeah.
Took away his suit, everything.
Yeah.
Even though he made a whole empire, and you know.
I know.
He made a whole empire, got wiped out.
Yeah. Which I was like,
by some ants.
I'm like, Kang
I'm
built this whole
salty,
empire. Who's living in all these places? Like, I'm like, because there are people. Because I was like, it's huge. I'm like, it's this huge place. I was like, so he moved people out to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
So who's living here now? Like, who's here now?
Yeah.
Like, where was Bill Murray? He was a lord, but lord of what?
Yeah,
like,
Lord of what?
Like, and if like, I don't know. It was just they didn't. I mean, that's the TVA to some extent, but there's like a whole other fucking thing going on there. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I was glad to see him.
I was really glad.
Jonathan Majors is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we get to fucking even though I'm not gonna lie, his Rama Tut came out, I was like, cool. The other guy came out, I was like, oh, I think that might be Crimson, the Scarlet Centurion, whatever. But when his Immortus came out, my first thought was like, why did they do all that with the makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't need to do all that. Like, unless people were they think people were idiots and they won't be able to tell them apart. Because I don't want to see that guy 2 movies from now. Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna, cause he showed you his range. He gave you 3 different personalities, and even when they showed all the people cheering, all those different Kangs, I was like, yeah, he's. Because even if you think about the end of Loki, that Kang was totally different than the one we just saw.
Yeah.
So I just don't want.
He has range.
Yeah, but I don't want them to go with the wrong one to be the
to be the main
to be the
focus.
main one when we're like.
That was another.
Yeah,
thing.
I'm like,
when this one lost, I was like, please just have him somehow come back.
Yeah, because he was the shit.
He was
the shit. He was he was like when he would get mad and just I was like, yeah, that's fucking Kang.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that's like Kang. Like I'm down to fight. I'm down to conquer. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Because Kang whooped Ramatut's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was the Pharaoh one. Like Kang fought Ramatut. He's fought Immortus. Like he's. I don't think he's
exiled.
Yeah.
That's why I think he has to come back. I mean, they exiled him for a reason.
Yeah. So they couldn't stop
Yeah.
him. So he has to be the main. Yeah. Because those are the ones that aren't Kangs.
Mm-hmm.
They're versions of Kang, but they're not Kang.
They're not the Kang.
The Kang. So we'll see.
And one thing, watching Kang, I was like, man, Kang's coming off strong. And I thought, how are they going to pull off Doom? Because like Kang's arrogant too, technology, all this stuff. I was like, how are they going to make Doom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do Doom justice, but also make him different from Kang's persona. Because I don't know much about Kang from the comics. Except like what I read in Secret Wars, and he was like 80s villain. But I know Doom.
Yeah.
And to me, they seem very similar in this
movie.
movie.
Yeah, that's a good call. Because Doom is very similar to Kang, but I should say Kang is very similar to Doom.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Kang is all about conquering just for conquering's sake. Doom does have an actual agenda.
I guess that would be the.
You know what I'm saying?
Kang's like. I mean, to put it simply, like more childish.
Yeah, dude, Kang just wants something to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, and if there was anyone that would give Kang pause, it would be Doom. Whereas Doom's just like nobody. Doom's like nobody's on my level. Like Doom's like I can time travel too, I just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how Doom would be. Like, yeah, I can do that too, I just don't. So,
I think that's how they'd have to pull it off.
Like nothing you're doing is impressive to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kang would be, what the fuck you mean? Like they've only teamed up a handful of times, and they basically wait for the other one to double cross them. It's the whole time like, I know you're gonna double cross me.
Yeah.
But yeah, because if you ask me Doom or Kang, I'd say Doom. Like I
would say
I truly believe Doom could be a big bad. Like
I think too. I hope they do that.
And I think when Secret Wars plays out, that's what's going to happen.
Probably like. I'm Fantastic Four didn't even come out, but I think they're gonna like, in Kang Dynasty, Doom's gonna be on their side. Yeah. And he's gonna double cross everyone.
Yeah, for
and
the
Kang
power.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
And then you have
because he wants power. Because you heard Kang talking about incursions.
Yeah.
And that's what leads to the Secret Wars.
That's probably Kang Dynasty. Kang's probably gonna end at Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, he'll end, and then you'll see Doom with all the power, and that's Secret Wars.
Probably.
He's the God King.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck do we do now? The one person that we didn't want to have all this power now has it. Yeah.
So in 2026, folks, if that happens.
Fuck, you heard it here first.
We predicted it.
I'll be like, I said that shit? You'd be like, yeah. You'd be like, Dad, you remember?
Yeah, you're like, I want my reparations.
You'd be,
I want my money.
You'd be like, I was like, buddy, that was the Bush Light night, remember? You'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
you're like, you've been so good to me. Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so all in all, like I said, 3.5.
Yeah,
You said 3.
I don't understand why the reviews are as bad as they are.
Yeah. You know, I will say this.
I really don't.
I left and I thought that movie literally felt how like all the movies felt leading up to Avengers. Like they were good, but it was like they weren't like, oh my god, they were just good.
Yeah,
which is fine.
It is
because I can't expect them to feel like Infinity War.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. No, I went in being like, all right, I went in being like, all right, I'm gonna see Kang.
Yeah.
I saw Kang. I'm happy. That's that was my only expectation.
Well, you heard Josh. Josh was like, look. Now we gotta go in here, but our expectations normal.
Yeah, I was
like, yeah, you can't.
I wasn't going in thinking some crazy stuff was gonna happen.
And I did feel better leaving that movie than I did leaving Multiple Person Madness. I was like, this.
Yeah.
I said, look at Josh when they had all the multiple possibilities and all that shit.
Yeah.
I said, this is more of a mind fucked than
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this.
I
is,
thought that too with
I
all the
was like-
Ant-Mans.
yeah, I was like,
okay, yeah, we're doing something.
Yeah, I was like, this is way more trippy
Yeah,
than just like him falling through dimensions.
I
I was
know.
like,
That's the only thing.
it was like,
only madness about multiverse
Yeah.
of madness.
and it was Sam Raimi. I don't care what anybody says. I like Sam Raimi, but I don't love him. So it's
I like Sam Raimi too. I still think they kept him in check a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a Sam Raimi touch
Mhm.
throughout, but
Yeah.
think about think about what you could have done. I
Yeah.
think they were like, all right, this is what we need to do.
I don't know what they
I
let
don't
him
know.
do. I'm like,
At least, hey, they moved the camera. I was happy about that.
yeah.
Like, I do remember seeing that. And I was like, oh wow, I could tell it was Sam Raimi. Don't
Meanwhile- Meanwhile,
I'm not a Sam Raimi fan, but I appreciate his style,
a style. I do,
even though it's cheesy and whatnot.
but there is some cheese to it.
It is, and maybe.
But Kang should be looking for America Chavez. Now that I think about it,
You should, yeah.
he should totally be looking for her because she can travel the multiverse on her own,
Mm-hmm.
like at will.
Maybe,
I'm just saying.
yeah. I need a machine.
Yeah, like yeah,
When I can get.
yeah. When I can just have her,
Yeah.
hit her like a father figure, she'd be like, "That's my father." Yeah, but
That's,
yeah. So that was
that's all
yeah,
we
man.
have for. That.
Yeah. Grammys happened. People won
Grammys
some
happened.
awards. Yeah. Kendrick won. That was cool.
Yeah. Deserve. I mean, expect.
Actually, these Grammys were funny because I feel like everybody won something. I felt like it was a party
Yeah.
where everybody went home with a prize.
Mhm.
Everybody won
Everyone-
something.
yeah.
Nobody was like, "Oh, you don't get
You
anything."
got snubbed. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Huh."
You're right. Yeah.
Because it was like usually it's like if you win this, then you're gonna win this.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when like a sweep's coming. But it was like, oh, we're gonna give Taylor this one, we'll give Lizzo that one, we'll give Adele that one, we'll give
You're
Kendrick
right,
this
yeah.
one. I was just like, what's going on right now? Like it's like they're just like literally like just like let's not upset anyone, you know. So let's give Sam Smith and that chick one. So Sam Smith can come out just like the devil, Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
I said that's the devil. Vicky Valancourt, she's the devil. Sam Smith is the devil.
People are mad.
I was like,
People are mad.
I said they had you come on before 9 o'clock, bro. Why was you on there sticking your tongue out looking up? But when he made that post,
I know.
you had
I
me
busted up.
crying.
Because it was honestly, it reminded me. Now I think about it,
Yeah.
it reminded me of the devil from Powerpuff Girls.
Shut up! Oh my gosh!
What's his name?
Oh, Mr.
Her.
her.
Is
Yeah,
it her. Or is she.
It's her.
Her. It reminded
Yeah.
me of her from Powerpuff
Shut
Girls.
up.
Just the pose was very
Yeah,
cartoonish. His
yeah,
face
just
was
cartoonish.
cartoonish. And he's
Like-
just as a devil.
That's what I mean. Like, don't do a thing you can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do a thing you can't
Like,
do. You ever see a girl
hate
that's
her or
not
love her? Beyonce?
Yeah.
She would have done that.
Yeah.
Oh, she coming in hot.
Yeah, she coming in hot. Yeah,
But
you're
like
right.
Sam Smith can't pose
Yeah, you
like
can't.
that.
You can't do that. Like one bad camera angle where you're
Yeah,
exposed,
you're done.
bro.
4K.
And when they did, we were like, what is he doing?
I know. It was funny.
I ain't gonna stop. That song hits. You know that beat's
It
funky.
beats hard. Beats hard.
But I'm like, this dude is killing me right now,
Yeah.
and I you know. But I mean, congrats to the girl who won. I
Yeah.
forget her name.
I
First
don't know her
first
name
trans woman to
either.
win a Grammy.
Yeah.
Hey, more power to her. What I tell you, a bunch of rappers were
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
They were like, "What? Why'd you
Yeah,
tell
they're
me?"
like, they're like, oh.
It's alright, dog. It's
I
alright.
remember they said like they're crumbling up the piece of paper
Yeah, they were like,
with a
"Damn."
number on it. Like,
I ain't give her a number. It looks like you got her number. It looks like
Meanwhile, after that after party though,
I know.
they're calling her.
After a
They're at
couple
the
drinks-
hotel. They're like,
couple drinks,
they're
like,
like,
girl,
hey, you trying to come
I
over?
mean, gotta hit you with that congratulations, you know. Hey,
That
it
definitely
is-
happened. That
it
definitely
is.
happened.
Oh, for sure. She gonna have a story about somebody.
I'm
It was,
sorry,
buddy.
Busta.
It was.
It's Busta.
It was. If it was Busta, oh, that'd be the one.
He's talking all fast.
I told him I know. He's not banging away. I said, Busta. But oh man, yeah. And how about that? They had the 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
dope. That was dope. You know, there were a lot of people not mentioned, but as I said, you know, we couldn't have
They
everybody.
couldn't.
There were some noticeable.
people.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that Will Smith dropped out. He was supposed to be there and he dropped out because Jazzy was the
there.
DJ.
Yeah.
You know, but they said
Makes
Will
sense.
dropped out. Makes sense. 'Cause
I don't think. I think they kicked him out.
you think they kicked him
I think
out?
they kicked him out. I don't think they.
Yeah.
I don't think they invited
They're like, Will,
him.
I mean,
I don't think they.
we're not
invited
trying to
him.
kick you out, but I mean, if
I
you
mean-
wanted to drop out, It'd be okay.
Yeah.
We'd understand, but we ain't kicking you out.
Yeah, we ain't. But like you're welcome.
You're welcome, but
But like, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that didn't like what you did to Chris Rock.
So I mean, if you choose to step down, we'll understand.
But you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. And he was like, it sounds to me like no, there's no respect
Yeah.
at all. Yeah. But it was cool. It
Will
was cool.
Smith, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, no Snoop. There was hardly any West Coast.
There was.
Hardly any.
Which was weird
Yeah.
too, because Dr. Dre got the award named
Yeah,
after him.
that night, there was hardly any. No Snoop, no Dre, no Kendrick.
That's my only complaint.
I was like, huh. And then they did that huge jump from like
Yeah.
2010 to now. And I was like,
No, it wasn't.
it was
So
like-
they played the one Missy Elliott song, right?
yeah, which is a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, that was like 2002
Yeah.
or something, right?
Yeah.
Then earlier, Busta Rhymes did this one song.
Yeah.
That was 2010. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they went from Missy Elliott to 2022.
Yeah. I mean, and there are people that were there, like Common was there.
Yeah,
So I thought for sure he was going to
I
rap.
thought too.
He couldn't have any Kanye.
Yeah, they
'cause,
couldn't. I
you
mean,
know,
if things would have played out differently, he would have
Yeah.
been there.
yeah, he'd
They
have
didn't
closed.
do Jay-Z.
No Jay-Z. Yeah.
I know he was.
Well, he was
performing
performing later.
but
That was a good performance, though. God did.
no Nas.
No Nas, yeah. No.
Did he perform? God
No. Well, who, Jay-Z? That was
did?
the last
Nas.
performance.
Was Nas on God?
No,
Did?
he's on Sorry Not Sorry.
Okay.
But people don't understand the significance of that song. It's Jay-Z and Nas, people doing a song together. You do remember Ether, right? It's like them doing a song together is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there
So-
wasn't. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a good tribute though.
yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked it
For the.
for the culture. So,
Yeah, for that.
I mean, Rakim came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fucking the god, Rakim!" I was like, "Wow!" I was just like, "Wow!" Like, he turned his hat while he was rapping, and I was like, "That's so like Rakim."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like a move. Like he's settling in. But, I told you when I saw Jay-Z doing God Did, I just was like, "That's a fucking billionaire rapping right now."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "This dude literally is doing this for fun."
Yeah. I
Was just like, he just sold
has no
Duce.
need.
You saw that for $750 million.
Oh wow.
Or wait, was it 750 million? Something
Or was
crazy.
it 7.5?
No, it was like I want to say it was something 50 million, 250, 750, I don't know. But he kept a 25% share of Duce.
Mm.
So he got his cash, plus he got a percentage of the company still. And I'm just like, fucking. I told you what I said. What your Aunt Ross said to me before we were talking about Rihanna on the Super Bowl, and she's like, she was with that Arab guy, and I was like, yeah. And when they broke, I was like, she was with him for 5 years. I think when she broke up with him, she was a billionaire. And I was like, you surround yourself, with certain people, and you can't help but become that. Like, look at the 5 people closest to you. That's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Rihanna and Jay-Z. They both did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They leveled up. They just changed who they fucked with. Like, if you're with some dude that's a billionaire, why not ask him questions? Like, you're with him for 5 years, you should
Or
leave.
get the same management.
Yeah, you should leave doing better than when you came in.
Yeah.
Just because he's been around to talk to you. If you pay any attention to what he does, like I just saw the thing with him. It was a rapper, and his woman,
So.
his woman said he was going to buy a car for like a Bentley or something for $230,000, and she said, "Why don't you buy this property instead?" So he did, and 10 years later, it's worth $655.
Mm.
And it's just like, yeah, like there's a difference
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of people who would have told you to buy the whip,
Yeah.
and as soon as you pull it off the lot, it loses money. So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that was the Grammys.
Yeah, yeah,
That's all I have.
that's all I have too. Chica, you got anything to say?
She last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes, she sat down.
She's like, "Oh, there's a couch down here. I think I'll lay down." I'm like, yeah, we've been trying to get you lay down the whole time. She's a hot mess.
It was the last 20
Yeah,
minutes.
she's like, "Oh, just lay down."
Man.
We'll go upstairs. She probably peed on my floor. This damn dog. She's cute,
She is. It's hard to yell at her.
Yeah, it is. It is. The whole family's adjusting to having the new pup. But she's cool. She is cool. So, Cheek for short. That's it. So, he's son.
Yeah, and he's Pop. Check
And,
us out
and
on
damn it,
Instagram.
Next week,
Wow.
Sim, we
Every
haven't
time we
forgot
s-
about you.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Swear.
Swear.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram though.
Yep.
Son of Pop Sculpture.
Yeah.
Peace.